Alright, hello again, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, and my fellow dweebs. Spank the Monkey again, here with now the second unboxing video for Dominaria United. I have another box of set boosters here. If you recall in the first video, I was able to pick up Liliana. I was able to pick up the Timeless Lotus, and even Karn, a couple of Karns. So I ended up getting like 11 mythics on that particular box. It was, I think, the most mythics I've got in one box so far. And I'm hoping that we can have the same level or even better luck on this particular box. But let's see. So let's start off. We have a nice art card here with the box topper, which we will get into at the end of the video. So let's fill up the set boosters here and start with cracking. So I have a chance to just quickly go through the cards, and I would say that again, I think the card design for this particular set is actually pretty good, especially for me who I play Commander, and I'm looking forward to really just getting a feel for all of these cards and seeing where I can slot them in. But I see there's a lot of good potential for these cards. Okay, so to start off, we have a nice art card there of a plane, a foil Swampo. Put that over there. Okay, we have Talos Lookout, Shield Wall Sentinel, Smash to Dust, and Artillery Blast. To start off the commons, we have Tura Kennerut for the uncommon, Protect the Negotiators, Baird Argivian Recruiter, and Elas Ilkor, Sadistic Pilgrim. And we start with a borderless Sulphurous Springs for the rare. And we get a second rare, which is Airtie Resurrected, which is a 2 blue and black Phyrexian human wizard. And with flash and 3/2, when it enters the battlefield, you can counter a spell ability or triggered ability, activated or triggered ability, and that player draws a card. Or you can come in and destroy a target creature or planeswalker, and for that the opponent will draw a card. So I think not bad. And get a foil Founding the Third Path and a Goblin token. Alright, so starting off with pretty decent cards. We get a nice borderless land and Airtie, which is a useful legendary commander, good for blink type of decks. Okay, so we get Plains, Argivian Phalanx, Llanowar Stalker, Impulse, and Sacred Peaks. For the uncommons, we have the Phoenix Chick, Nishoba Brawler, Zar Ojanen, Resolute Reinforcements, and we have Urg, Spawn of Turg for the uncommon. Now, we get our first mythic, and it's Zur, the Eternal Schemer. So for white, blue, black, you get a 1/4 human wizard with flying. Enchantment creatures you control have Death Touch, Lifelink, and Hexproof. Wow! Alright, and if you pay 1 and white, target non-aura enchantment you control becomes a creature in addition to its other types and has base power and base toughness, each equal to its mana value. Alright, so I think this is a really good card for sort of enchantment creatures or enchantment matters sort of deck. And you have the ability to convert these enchantments into creatures. So that's a pretty strong card. Maybe a good commander to build around. Okay, and then we end with a foil Battle Rage Lesson. So far, just on the second pack, we've already picked up our first mythic, and if this is a sign of things to come, then I welcome that, right? It would be nice to get another, dozen mythics to go with this particular box. Okay, so you get a nice art card there. Swamp. So we get the G2 Amplifier, Maria's Outrider, Yavimaya Steel Crusher, and Vanquisher's Axe for the commons. Then we get a Twinferno for the uncommon, Heirloom Battle Hymn, Najal, Baird Argivian Recruiter, and Lagamos, Hand of Hatred. And we get for the rare a Yavimaya Coast. Okay, let's put that there. And a foil Pick Up the Shield over here. And we get a Dragon token. So far, I've yet to watch other reviews and videos, so I really don't know what the reception is yet for this set. Probably after filming this, I will look into the reviews, the set reviews, and see what the sort of feedback is for this particular deck. I know that Baldur's Gate was not as well received, but we did get some really nice cards in the most recent set, which was which one was it again? 2x2, right? And I opened a couple of that and got some really good, strong cards from that. So quite happy. And let's see if for Dominaria, if it's gonna get similar praise from the Magic fans out there. Okay, so for the rare on this pack, we get Squee, Dubious Monarchs. Nice to see Squee again. So for 2 and 1 red, you get a 2/2 Goblin Noble. I didn't know that goblins were noble. So it has haste. Whenever Squee, Dubious Monarch attacks, trade a 1/1 red Goblin creature token that's tapped and attacking. You may cast Squee, Dubious Monarch from your graveyard by paying 3 and red and exiling 4 other cards from your graveyard rather than paying its mana cost. So you can even recur it. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, and we get a foil Crystal Grotto to end the pack. Okay, here we go. Pack number 4. So we get Johnny, I think, for that art foil mountain. So we have Samite Herbalists, there. Tangled Islet, Juniper Order Root Weaver, Colossal Growth, Electrostatic Infantry for the uncommon, and then we have a Slimefoot's Survey, Niel, and we have another Queen Alanel. I've gotten a couple of these just in the other box. Okay, and for our rare, we have Nimata, Primeval Warden. So for 2 black and green, you get a 3/4 Treefolk legendary creature with reach. So it reads, if a creature an opponent controls would die, exile instead. When you do, create a 1/1 green Saproling creature token. So you can pay green, sacrifice a Saproling, and Nimata gains +2/+2 until end of turn. If you pay 1 and black, but sacrifice 2 Saprolings, you can draw a card. Okay. And we have our second mythic. We have the Shivan Devastator. So this is pretty cool. So X and red. So yeah, you get a Dragon Hydra with power toughness 0/0, but it comes in to the battlefield with X/1/1 counters on it, and it has Flying and Haste. So I'll put that over here for the second mythic. Again, we're getting a good rate of mythics from this particular set, and I'm wondering if they're seeing it for the other unboxing or not, or maybe just me. Hopefully not, right? But pretty good. And we get the Volsha Tidegunner for the foil. So far, no list cards yet, but I did get a couple of list cards, decent ones, in the previous box as well. So I'm expecting to get a couple here. Okay, we have Heirloom Battle Hymn. The art here kind of reminds me of the art of the Mystical Archives, right, from Strixhaven, which I thought was pretty cool. So Vine Shaper Prodigy, Yavimaya Sojourner, Snare Spinner, nice to see that back, Dragon Whelp for uncommon, Doltuvian Berserker, you have Ellis Ilkor, Sadistic Pilgrim, Rulik Mons, the Warren Chief, and that's stained art, sort of art, the Vohar Vodalian Desecrator, and for, we get a rare, the Activated Sleeper. So for 2 and black, you get a Phyrexian Shapeshifter with 0/0 power toughness, with flash, and you may have activated sleeper entered the battlefield as a copy of any creature card in a graveyard that's put there from the battlefield this turn, except it's a Phyrexian in addition to its other types. Okay, interesting. And for the second rare, we get Defiler of Instinct. So for 2 red, you get a Phyrexian Kavu with power toughness 4/4 and with first strike. So again, you may pay 2 life to defray the cost of the red mana. And whenever you cast a red permanent spell, the Defiler of Instinct deals 1 damage to any target. So good for the burns. And we get a foil Rulik Mons Warren Chief. Okay. And you get a bird token. Nice. Okay. So again, we're getting some nice, interesting cards. Things that are instantly playable in Commander. And that's what I like seeing, so that you can have a lot more variety in those cards. Okay, so Forest, Bog Badger, Toxic Abomination, Haunted Mire, and Statue Goblin for the commons, Rona's Vortex, Rona's Shieldred's Faithful, Shieldred's Restoration, Linebreaker Baloth, and you get a Nael in the showcase format. And what do we get here? We get a rare Herd Migration. So for 6 and green, you get a sorcery. You create a 3/3 green beast creature token for each basic land type among lands you control. Now, if you pay 1 and green and discard Herd Migration, you can search your library for a basic land card and put it to your hand. Then you gain 3 life. Okay. And we get foil Colossal Growth. Ooh, and we get a list card, which is a showcase art Mimic. I think this came from AFR. So let's put that over here. Alright, so moving into the 7th pack for this box. Okay, we have nice art there. Shanna, the Purifying Blade. Full art land here. So Urbog Repossession, Thrill of Possibility, Aggressive Sabotage, and Hammerhand. And the commons, we have another Radha. Tail Swipe for the uncommon. So you pay 1 green for this instant. Choose target creature you control and target creature you don't control. If you cast this spell during your main phase, the creature you control gets +1/+1 till end of turn, and those creatures fight each other. Fight. Okay, next we have Tear Asunder. It's another instant for 1 and green with a kicker of 1 and black. Exile target artifact or enchantment. If the spell was kicked, exile target non-land permanent instead. Nice. Okay, we have Thieving Skyrider and Wrath Weatherlight Stalwart. And for the rare, we have Grand Portal. So we have another gate here. Let's put that over here. And we have a foil Walking Bulwark. Okay. Pack number 8. So far, we have some spice. I think Shivan Devastator here is one of the better valued cards for this particular deck. Okay, so we have this art card signed in foil. So planes over here. Okay, tribute to Urborg, Writhing Necromass, Battlefly Swarm. Take up the Shield. Now for the uncommons, we have Warhost's Frenzy, Prayer of Binding, Shalai's Acolyte, Strength of the Coalition, and we have Agarna Bloodfist of Keld. And okay, we have another mythic here, guys. It's a 5/5 Rith Liberated Primeval. So this is a 5/5 legendary dragon with flying and ward 2, and costs 2 red, green, white to cast. So Naya. So other dragons you control have ward 2. At the beginning of your upkeep of your end step, if a creature or planeswalker an opponent control was dealt X damage this turn, Create a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. Okay, so this is good for, again, dragon decks and token decks. Okay, so mythic number 3. So we get 3 mythics for every, on average, maybe every 10 packs. So that's a good rate. And then we get a foil salvaged mana breaker. Okay. So yeah, so you're getting at least 3 mythics for every 10 packs, which is pretty good. In the other box that I opened, I got actually 11 mythics. So it's probably more than 3 per 10 packs. Okay, so we get a foil plains, okay. Broken Wings, a nice reprint, Radiant Grove, and Barkleaf Crusher, Gaia Smite. So these are all trees in green. Okay, for the uncommons, we have Wingmantle Chaplain, the Blight Pile, Walking Bulwark, and we get Najal in the sort of stained glass art, and Arona. My Sharona. Okay, and for the rare, we get the Raven Man, which we got also in the last box. And we get the foil Charismatic Vanguard. A nice elemental token. Alright, so that's the end of the first third. So far we have 3 mythics and a couple of interesting rares, but I think none of the chase cards or none of the spicy cards yet. So we're starting off with the second third of this particular box, and hopefully we get something good. Okay, Swamp, Soaring Drake, Griffin Protector, Pixie Illusionist, and Magnigoth Sentry. So we start the uncommons with Karna, Join Forces, Joint Exploration, Tura Kennerut, and Tatiola's Steward of Tides. And we have a rare, which is Astor, Bearer of Blades. So for 2 red white, you get a 4/4 Human Warrior legendary creature. So when this enters the battlefield, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may reveal an equipment or vehicle card from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Equipment you control have Equip 1. Vehicles you control have Crew 1. So I think this is a pretty interesting commander to set up, and would probably be nice, right, with some of the vehicles that you see in the Kamigawa expansion. And yeah, you can have several equipments as well here, so that would be pretty good. Okay, and we get a foil Line Breaker Baloth to end. Unfortunately, no list card and a Goblin token. Okay, moving on to the next pack. So, okay, that's an interesting commander there. Astor for 4 to cast. And then you can equip equipment quite cheaply. You can find a way to cheat them into the battlefield. Okay, so we have a nice art card there. Mountain, Idyllic Beachfront, Salvaged Mana Worker, Coalition War Brute, and a Furious Bellow in the commons. So for the uncommons, we start with a Coral Colony, Tatiola's Steward of Tides, Djinn of the Fountain, Bortuk Bone Rattle, okay, and Balmor Battle Mage Captain. For the rare, we get Anointed Peacekeeper. So for 2 and white, you get a 3/3 Human Cleric. So it has Vigilance. As Appointed Peacekeeper enters the battlefield, look at the opponent's hand and choose any card name. Spells your opponents cast with that chosen card name cost 2 more to cast. Activate abilities and sources with a chosen name cost 2 more to activate unless they are mana abilities. Okay, and we have an uncommon Bortuk Bone Rattle in foil treatment, and we have a list card, which is Pure Whim, okay, which is a rare from I think this is Battle Bond. So for 3 in green, you have a sorcery. For each player, choose friend or foe. Each friend searches the library for a land card, puts it in the battlefield tap, and shuffles their library. Each foe sacrifices an artifact or enchantment they control. Okay, pretty cool. So let's put that over here. Okay, so if we're assuming 3 mythics per pack, I'm per 10 packs, then I'm hoping that in this particular pack we get a mythic. Right, so let's see if our calculations are correct. So the mana cannons for the art. Okay. Island, Tolarian Terror, Automatic Librarian, Timely Interference, and Battle Rage Blessing for the commons. So for the uncommons we get Hero's Heirloom, Monstrous War Leech, Braid's Frightful Return, check out that art over there, Elvish Hydromancer, and Tori Devenant Fury Rider for the showcase art. And what do we get here? Okay, we have a rare, Threats Undetected, so it's for 2 and green. Search your library for up to 4 creature cards with different powers and reveal them. An opponent chooses 2 of those cards. Shuffle the chosen cards into the library and put the rest into your hand. Okay. And we have an uncommon foil Lagomos, Hand of Hatred, and Bad Moon from the list card. Right, black creatures get +1/+1. So we have 3 list cards so far, and we have 3 mythics. So I'm hoping that we can catch up to the rate of mythics that I got from the last set booster box, and hopefully we can pick up a couple more. So, art card there, Foil Forest, Extinguish the Light, Molten Monstrosity, Bite Down, and Glowstone Taboo for the commons. So we have Wrath, Relic of Legends, Founding the Third Path, Urg, Spawn of Turd, and Aeron, Benalia's Ruin. You have a rare, the Vodalian Hexcatcher. So for 1 and blue, you get a 1/1 Merfolk Wizard with Flash. Other Merfolk you get, you control get +1/+1, and you sacrifice a Merfolk. Counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1. And we have a foil tribute to Urborg. Okay, and a nice dragon token. So we're coming up to the middle of this set booster box, and I think compared to the first one, this is not as explosive. And the variety of cards, we're seeing a lot of duplicates, especially those legendary creatures. So I'm hoping in the second half of this particular set booster, we see a turnaround and start to see some of the more spicy stuff. So we have a Forest, Tide Pool Turtle, Shore Up, Hexbane Tortoise. We start with Vohar on the uncommons, Airtie Scorn, another Lagomos, Vohar again, Elas, and you have a rare Briar Hydra. So what does this do? So it's for 5 and green, you get a 6/6 plant Hydra with Trample with Domain. So whenever Briar Hydra deals combat damage to the player, put X 1/1 counters on target creature you control, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control. Alright. Okay, we have a second rare, and it's a land, the Shivan Reef. Okay, so we have Ouch lands there. Oops, let's put that over here. And we have a foil Glowstone Fusion. And we get another list card, Wizard's Retort from Dominaria. Yeah. Okay, so moving on. Now we are officially into the second half of this box. Again, nothing spicy, just a couple of good cards here and there. Okay, here we go. So we start with the art card over here. And then we have a mountain in borderless treatment. We have the Sunbathing Rootwalla. Right, so it's this guy over here. Crystal Grotto, Volscia Tide Turner, Mossbeard Ancient for the uncommon, Frostfist Rider, Strider, I mean. Inscribed Tablet, Tsar Ojanen, and Baird. Argument Recruiter. Okay, we have our second. Oh my goodness! My. We get Shieldred in the Phyrexian text. Oh boy, so this makes up for the fact that we are a little bit below in terms of our mythic count. But my goodness, this is it, right? We get the nice Shieldred, the Apocalypse. So, let me translate for you what this means. So, Shieldred the Apocalypse for 2 black with power toughness 4/5. You have a legendary creature, Phyrexian Praetor. So it has Death Touch. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life, and whenever an opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. So this is a pretty good commander to get around, or even in the 99, right? This is really good. Good for gain life and for card draw. Very nice, very nice. So let's put that over there in the cool pile, and we get a second rare, which is a Valiant Veteran, and a foil Najal Stormrunner. So that was a very good pack. Finally, we've got something spicy. So I don't know how much those go in the sorts of Phyrexian print, but we'll find out soon. Okay. Okay, we have a nice art card here. Plains, Imperal to the Pit, Bone Splinters, Shadow Prophecy, and Tolarian Gazer for the commons. For the uncommon, you have Yosha Declares War, Combat Research. Shout out to Justin Cruz for the Filipino representation over there. Micromancer, Rulik Mons, and Lagamos again. Oh my gosh, we're getting like dozens of these guys. And for the rare, we have Rivaz of the Claw. So this is a 3/3 Viashino Warlock. To cast, it'll cost 1 black and red. So the Rivaz has Minache. Tap, add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast dragon creature spells. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a dragon creature spell from your graveyard. When you cast a dragon creature spell from your graveyard, it gains. When this creature dies, exile it. Alright. And a foil Shield Wall Sentinel. Oh! And we get a mythic from the list. So we have Kaseto Orochi Archmage for 1 green and blue. So it's a legendary creature snake wizard, 2/2 power toughness. And you can pay green and blue. Target creature can be blocked this turn. If that creature is a snake, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Alright, so let's put this in the list pile, right? Yeah, but it's a mythic, so it's a 5th mythic for this particular box. So I think in terms of average, we're coming up to where we were. Again, I got 11 on the previous box, and now we're at number 5. So maybe I'm expecting maybe 3 to 4 more mythics. Let's see if we get that projection. Here we get this lovely art card here, Foil Island. So for the commons, you start with the Jai's Fire Nado, Lightning Strike. Then you get the Banalish Faith Bonder. For the uncommons, you begin with Runic Shot, Urg, Spawn of Turg, the Pilfer with a nice Tim Burton-esque art. We have Niall and Garna, and we get a Queen Alanal. So it's like the trifecta of the most common legendary creatures. And we get Braids, Arisen Nightmare. Okay, so Braids is a 1 and black legendary creature Nightmare with power toughness 3/3. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice an artifact, creature, enchanted land, or planeswalker. If you do, each opponent may sacrifice a permanent that shares a card type with it. If each opponent who doesn't, that player loses 2 life and you draw a card. Interesting. I think you can make a pretty interesting build with this particular card with Braids. Yeah, good for a mono black commander. Oh, nice. We get a second rare in foil treatment. We get Joyra, the Ageless Innovator. So I also got this in the previous box. It's actually pretty good because you can put Ingenuity counters and play artifacts for free. And the foil treatment here looks actually pretty good. There seems to be like some nice 3D hologram thing going on in the back. Better when you see it in person. But yeah, nice card. So we'll put that over there. Get a zombie token. Right, so I think we're starting to heat up in terms of picks here. And as well, highlighted in the show is this guy over there, shielded. Okay, we get a foil stamped art card there. A full art forest. Okay, we have Impede Momentum, Tattered Apparition, Destroy Evil, and Stall for Time on the commons. We get Vortuk Bone Rattle, a Hurler Cyclops, Sprouting Goblin, and Wrath Weatherlight Stalwart. And then we get another Radha in the sort of showcase art. And for the rare, we get Drag to the Bottom. So this is a sorcery that costs 2 and black to cast. So each creature gets -X until end of turn, where X is 1 plus the number of basic land types among lands you control. Alright, so good board wipe there. And we get a foil Splatter Goblin. And we get a list card, a rare. Endrek Sar, Master Breeder, for 4 and black, which is a 2/2 legendary human wizard. I think this is from Time Spiral. Whenever you play a creature spell, put X11 black draw creature tokens into play, where X is the spell's converted mana cost. Now, when you control 7 or more thralls, sacrifice Endrek Sar. So this would be good if you had like a sack outlet and get value from it, and just keep playing creature cards, creature spells, and get value off of that, just so that you can control the number of thralls that you have in play. Pretty good. So that's part of the list card over here. We'll put it on the list pile. Okay. So again, we're starting to heat up. We're seeing a lot of nice cards, interesting cards play. So let's see if we can keep that momentum. So we have a Maya Coast here for the art card. Swamp, Hunting, Figment, Citizen's Arrest, Negate, and a Voda Sea Scavenger for the commons, and then we have Rulic Mons, Cult Conscript, Aeron, Phyrexian Missionary, and Najal, the Stormrunner in the showcase art. And we get the rare Carplusan Forest, and a second rare, which would be Defiler of Dreams in the foil treatment. So Defiler of Dreams reads, for 3 blue, you get a 4/3 Phyrexian Sphinx with flying. As an additional cost, you may pay 2 life to defray the cost of the blue. So whenever you cast a blue permanent spell, draw a card. Wow. So again, I mean, blue doesn't need any help in drawing cards, and you just get this card. And yeah, pretty good. Pretty good card. Let's put that over here in the foil. Right, and we get a beast token. Now we're heading into the last third of this box. In terms of mythics, we are at 5, which is pretty decent, but compared to my last box, I got 11. So not sure if that was just a fluke. So let me know in the comment section, the average of foil mythics that would be picked up in the Dominaria United set. I'd love to know how many mythics are typically found in one set booster box. Okay, we get to Fog and a Contaminated Aquafire, Fires of Victory for the uncommons, Phoenix Chick, Nishoba, Brawler, Balduvian, Atrocity, and Tatyova, and we get a rare, the Llanowar Green Widow. So for 2 and a green, you get a 4/3 spider with reach and trample, and it has domain. So you can pay 7 and green, return Llanowar Green Widow from your graveyard to the battlefield. Tap, it gains if this permanently leave the battlefield, exile instead of putting it anywhere else. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each basic land type among lands you control. So you recur this guy. And we get a foil Bog Badger and a Phyrexian. Okay, moving on to the next pack. So we have a Darkar Wastes for the art card, and we have a nice foil Plains in the borderless treatment. Okay, so we start off comes with Phyrexian Espionage, Phyrexian Rager, Phyrexian Vivisector, and a Meteorite. For the uncommons, we start with Cut Down, Jodas Codex, Senjir Connoisseur, and Rona Shielded Faithful. And we get a rare Serra Redeemer. Okay, so Serra Redeemer, what does this do? It's for 3 white, it's a 2/4 Angel Soldier with flying. Whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, put 2/1/1 counters on that creature. Alright. And we get a second rare, which is the Archangel of Wrath. Okay, so for 2 white, you get a 3/4 Angel creature with kicker black and or red. So it has flying lifelink. When Archangel of Wrath enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, it deals 2 damage to any target. When Archangel of Wrath enters the battlefield, if it was kicked twice, it deals 2 damage to any target. Okay, so you can get some life out there. And we get a foil War Host's Frenzy and a bird token. Okay, so we got a double rare for that pack, double rare angel. Be more specific. Now let's move on to the next. So we have nice art card there. Forest, Essence Scatter, Charismatic Vanguard, Elfame Worm, okay, Molten Tributary, and then we get Zar Ojanen, Territorial Marrow, Choking Miasma, Tori Devenant, and Vortuk Bone Rattle. And for the rare, we have a Shadow Rite Priest. So for 1 and black, you get a 2/2 human cleric. Other clerics control get 1 and +1/+1. And if you pay 3 and 2 and black and tap sacrifice another cleric, search your library for a black creature card, put it in the battlefield, and then shuffle. Okay, and we get a foil Idyllic Beachfront. Okay, soldier token. Okay, so far, we got stuck at 5 mythics. In fact, if you're not counting the list card, we only got 4 mythics so far. So I'm starting to think that maybe first box was a fluke where I got 11 mythics. So yeah, maybe too much to hope for to get 10 mythics here. Alright, so Scout Wilderness, Captain's Call, Keldon Strike Team, Academy Wall, and then you get the Twin Inferno. I love the art for this one. Check that out. Perloon Battle Hymn, Najal, Knight of Dawn's Light, and Tori in the showcase format. Okay, we finally get a mythic. It's a Planeswalker, and it's Karn. Okay, nice to see you again, Karn. We got this in the earlier box. And we get the foil Archangel of Wrath. Okay, so that was a little spice over there. Okay, moving on to the next pack. We finally got our 6th mythic, and this time it's a Karn. In the regular treatment. So for the art, we have what is this? Guardian of New Benalia. Okay, foil Swampo, Heroic Charge, Clockwork Drawbridge, Foliferous Vine Wall, and a Gibbering Barricade. For the uncommons, we get Knight of Dusk Shadow from this sort of Knight Cycle, Love Song of Night and Day, Balmore, and another Balmore. Okay, for the rare we get an Showcase Airtie Resurrected, and second rare we get Aether Channeler, yeah, which is a pretty decent blue card. Oh, and we get a foil Astor Bearer of Blades for a third rare, and we get a list card which is cast down. Yeah, there you go. So that was a pretty good pack, triple rare with a list card. And I think again, Aether Challenger is a pretty strong blue card. Does a lot. You can replace Manowars and similar blue sort of flicker cards with this one, right? Okay, so we have a Borderless Swamp, Argivian Cavalier, Shield Wall Sentinel, Smash to Dust, and Artillery Blast. Then we get Electrostatic Infantry for the uncommon, Slimefoot Survey, Niel, Battlewing Mystic, and Tura Keneru, and a Caves of Koilos for the land, and a foil Phyrexian Vivisector. And another list card. This time it's Sunder. For 3 blue, return all lands to owner's hands. Nice. Okay. So put that over here. So we have 8 list cards, 5 mythics. Not bad. And well, we have another mythic here from the list card. Right, so we have 6 mythics so far. Well, when you compare to other sets, the older sets, right? Sometimes you would see maybe 2, 3, 4 mythics on average. So far, if you get 11 and 6, you're looking at average about 8 mythics per set booster. It's not bad. Alright, so we get Flames, Phyrexian Warhorse, Mesa Cavalier, Sunlit Marsh, and Sacred Peaks. To start off the uncommons, we have Coalition Sky Knight, Tura Kenerude, Protect the Negotiators, Urg Spawn of Turg, and Elas Ilkor, Sadistic Pilgrim. And for the rare, we get a Saga, the Elder Dragon War. So, Elder Dragon War for the first chapter deals 2 damage to each creature and opponent. And then the second chapter, discard any number of cards and draw that many cards. And then fourth, create a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. Okay, and you get a foil Timely Interference and a Sampling token. So we're down to the last 3 packs. I would say that in terms of firepower or heat, this is not like the first box that I had opened. But then again, we get this card, right? We get Shieldred and the Phyrexian text, so that's pretty good. Now let's go with the art card here. Forest, Mesa, Maria's Outrider, Yavimaya Steel Crusher, Vanquisher's Axe, and then for the uncommons, we get the Baird Argivian Recruiter, Resolute Reinforcements, the Weatherseed Treaty, Aeron Benalia's Ruin, Baird, the Argivian Recruiter, and we get a mythic, Jensen Carthalion, Druid Exile. So for white and red, you get a 2/2 human druid. Whenever you cast a multicolored spell, scry 1. If that spell was all colors, create a 4/4 white angel creature token flying and vigilance. Then you can tap, you can pay 5 and tap Jensen Carthalion to produce all colors. Alright, so we have mythic number 7, so not bad. I was worried we weren't going to get another one. And then we have Evolved Sleeper for another rare. Okay, so Evolved Sleeper is for 1 black, you get a 1/1 human. Now, if you pay black, Evolved Sleeper becomes a human cleric with base power toughness 2/2. If you pay 1 black, 1 and black, if Evolved Sleeper is a cleric, put a death touch counter on it, it becomes a Phyrexian human cleric with base power toughness 3/3. Then, if you pay 1 black, if Evolved Sleeper is a Phyrexian, put a 1/1 counter on it, then you draw a card and you lose 1 life. Okay, so, and then we get a foil Aether Channeler. Pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, so in this particular pack, did we just get a Mythic and two rares, or was it 3 rares? Wow, pretty good. Okay, so we're down to the last 2 packs of this particular box, and looks like we've caught up a little bit over the last like 3 packs. Let's see if we can get maybe 1 more Mythic. Let's see if we can hit that. Okay, so Swamp, Yashino, Benchrider, Talus, Lookout, Argivian, Phalanx. We have a Goblin Picker, Dragonwhelp, Queen Alanal, Yavimaya Iconoclast, Lionbreaker Baloth, and Zaro Janin. Okay, right, and we did get a Mythic. It's Liliana of the Veil again. Hello, Liliana. Perfect, perfect. This is a great way to end this particular set booster. Again, Liliana, I think, is the highest value card among the regular cards of this set. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Mythics in this box. Quite happy about that. And we get Liliana and Shieldred, the Apocalypse. Right, and we have a foil Frost Fist Strider. Now, going on to the last pack of this box, do we get 1 more Mythic? We'll see. Again, I got 11 on the first. Now I have 8, is it? And let's see if we can do 9. So for the art card, we have Joyra in this beautiful sort of stained glass looking treatment. Okay, with foil signature, a foil Forest, Llanowar Stalker, Impulse, and D2 Amplifier plus Colossal Growth for the commons. Balduvian Berserker to start off the uncommon. Oops, hold on. Okay, and then we have Elas Ilpor, Rona's Vortex, another Tail Swipe, and we have Vohar for the showcase. And do we get a mythic? No, we get a rare called Silver Scrutiny. So for X blue, you may cast Silver Scrutiny as though it had flash if X is 3 or less. Draw X cards. Okay, and we get a foil Yavimaya Steel Crusher and a promo card. So that's it for this particular box. Not as strong as the first, but still quite spicy. Now it's time for us to open the box topper. So let's try to pick this up. Now to make it easier, I'll just use a pair of scissors. Okay, here we go. So, what do we get on the box topper? We will get a uncommon, okay, a foil Tobias Doom Conqueror. So I think it's the first time I got this, but let's just read it. For 2 white and blue, you get a 3/2 human soldier with flash. When Tobias Doom Conqueror dies, for each non-token creature you control that died this turn, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Alright, so that goes into the foil pile here. So that's it. Just to go through the cards, we got the Shivan Devastator, we get Zur, Eternal Schemer, we get Shieldred in the Phyrexian text, and Karn and Liliana of the Veil and Jensen, plus Kaseto from the list. Yeah, and we have about 8 list cards including that, plus Sunder for the rare, and Fierce Wind from Battle Bond. So that's about it. Thank you guys for watching this unboxing. I hope that you guys are also able to pick up your own product from Dominaria United. And I'm hoping that you guys enjoy and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.